Hello, Richard. I've got your 6105 here. It's cool. It's unusual. Well, I say that a lot. Or maybe not as much as I should. They're all unusual. They're all different. This one is cool. The back did not want to open up. It was not interested in revealing itself to the world. You can see that it was sort of, the seal is ancient. It's absolutely flat and as hard as plastic. And it was glued in place with some gruck, which is always interesting. The movement itself looks pretty shiny. It's a bit hazy. It's not terrible. I've certainly seen worse. It's okay. There's some movement. The lower arbor port on the mainspring is definitely worn. Definitely got some movement going on there. Not a ton, but it's there. It's one of the sort of the things that these things tend to need help with. A little ragged. Definitely weak. Again with the bead error. We see this over and over and over and over and over again with unrestored original Seikos. A little bit of beat error, low amplitude, little choppy, but it's pretty dirty inside. I mean, the movement's pretty dirty. Let's talk cosmetics, really. Let's talk about cosmetics, because that's what's important. Let's go talk about that. Now, on this watch, you had talked about wanting to do stuff like replace the dial and things like that. These watches are worth a lot of money. And also, spare parts for them are extremely hard to come by. They just don't exist a whole lot. Let me tell you what I would do if this were my watch. I would get a correct set of 6105 hands for this watch because they just look better. There are aftermarket sets of hands that are perfect to original. They just need to be reloomed to make them a little better. The Swoop Seconds hands are not great as they come, but I can do some pretty funky modding to them to make them look great, and they look really, really quite good, and they're very functional. I could try to clean this and relume this original one. That's another possibility. As for the dial, these little black spots, if this were mine, I'd probably just try to work on those and minimize them. I wouldn't want to try to... I could relume this dial if you wanted me to. We could basically relume the whole thing. But this dial is not that bad, all told. I mean, if I was able to clean this up a little bit, improve the look of this, for the terms of the value of the watch, that might be a better plan. This watch is unusual in that it has a ghosted insert. It's very hard to get a Seiko to do that of this era. They're very, very durable. Those inserts tend, unless they're really abused, they'll still stay black, just like that. But this kind of like ghosting, that's actually pretty cool. There was a really famous Hawaiian surfer in the 60s and 70s who wore one of these. Hang on. And look at his, there he is. And look at his 6105. The 6105 there, you can see the insert is almost completely faded. So if you're really in the water, in the sand, in the sea, you can get it to do that. But it's tough to do. Me personally, I wouldn't change the insert. It's unusual. It's really an unusual look. And it's pretty cool. It's the sign of a working dive watch. I mean, I can look into swapping them out, but the aftermarket inserts are not that great. They're certainly not durable. They don't look right. I don't know. You think about it. My recommendation would be to leave it because it has a lot of beauty and a lot of earned honor and cred having that kind of an insert, that original insert. I just think it's pretty neat. I'd leave it. I mean, there's nothing to say that I don't have to necessarily do anything with the hands. I could just clean up the dial a little bit, just work at these little black spots, clean the hand surfaces, make it look as best as possible, and then just leave it, and the watch would have its history intact. That's not a bad plan either. Okay, you decide what you want me to do. Okay, bye-bye.